Put back in.
I'd kill him first.
I work with a lot of plumbers, you know, and they're like, I'll go do that. I'm like, you're not touching nothing.
Don't touch nothing.
I've snapped so many of these lines by myself in the last 11 years. I don't need any help.
How much does it cost to replace a line?
$2,500.
Hell no. To replace this line in this
Replace the
tub?
whole thing.
Well, it's fiber optic, yeah. So last time I snapped on was at 70 feet. This is 200. So I can't do any jobs with 130 feet. So I said, just, you know, reline it, you know, 4,000. I'll put the new cable in it. These are eight grand a piece. I have 2 of them.
You have to have a
So it's
backup,
that
right?
fucking much?
Oh, yeah. Rigid is not cheap.
How many do you usually do a day of these?
I can do pretty much whatever I want. I mean, I could probably, in really good times, I could do 4 or 5 a day, you know, whatever.
Like $200 every time, probably.
It depends on, like, when I work with Chris,
Yeah.
my cost is 200, but my normal cost is 225 for
Yeah.
residential. But I do a lot of commercial work. I do all the,
Oh, that's a lot more, right?
yeah, I do a lot of Amazon warehouses and
Oh, wow.
I do Michigan State Building and
That's when you make the money, right off those.
but you know what? It's a lot of headache and writing reports and all that stuff.
The reports, that's the nightmares, writing the reports.
It is. So there's tree root all the way that needs to come out of there all the way to the tap.
Okay.
How do you get rid of that?
Which cutter?
Yeah, right here is an issue though.
Is it cracked?
Right there's a crack through the lip of that connection, unless it's tree root.
Turn it down.
No, it's definitely a crack. So we're gonna keep an eye on that and just make sure that there's no more minor cracking there.
Okay.
Put all this stuff in my report.
Okay.
So 71 feet.
You know what they do now is they get a thing and you replace the pipe with a pipe into the pipe.
The
Well,
liner, right?
Well, you can do that, but your line has to be 6 inch to put a 4 inch in there.
What is this line?
This one.
This is a 4 inch.
So you can't do that.
Right. So the only options you have with this line is they can spray epoxy the inside of it if there's not too many, you know, big issues going on, where they spray down the line and then they inflate this balloon for a 4 inch line, and it holds the epoxy to the sidewalls, and then when it dries they deflate the balloon, pull it out, and supposedly have a new line, you know.
Really?
That, or if you have deficiencies that won't allow that, then you just got to dig it out. Okay, so you want to crack through
Is that normal to have a crack like that?
with tree root? Yeah. I just want to go inside again a little bit farther to make sure that that crack isn't going through the next section.
What happens when it cracks fully? You're fucked. It's all coming back.
Yeah, well, what you have is, you know, you have that's just tree right there, so that's okay. Yeah, I mean, when it cracks or you have a disconnection or the pipe is deteriorated through or whatever like that, and you got to dig in and replace that. So,
You ever stuck that in a place where the pipe just ended right to dirt?
yeah,
Really?
in my backyard.
Oh.
I've seen it a lot, but I've seen it in my backyard. I have my sump pump line. Sump pump line was crushed.
What's up?
Okay, I thought that was a crack, but that's tree root. Okay. What's the age of the house?
70.
77.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised.
He knows more than me.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just put PVC piping in.
I hate the clay.
Yeah, when
I
you
live in Bloomfield and it was a problem.
when you have PVC piping, if they take their time, they bed the ground right, you know, for the proper pitch, and they glue that all the way around, you don't get problems. You don't get tree root. You know. The problem with PVC piping is they tend to lay it too fast, and you get they don't bed the ground correctly because it's PVC piping or whatever, and then you get these huge areas where you got these bellies, like 30, 40-foot belly where the whole line's just holding water. And there's nothing you can do with that except dig it up and redo it. So tree root there, I don't see any cracking allowing the tree root in, so that's probably coming through the coupling connection right there. Yeah, I don't see any cracking there, that's good.
So you've gone through that many lines, huh?
Oh yeah.
Probably mad as hell when you break it.
When I break what? My stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
must go crazy.
Well, the problem is that, like yesterday, I did a job with Chris, and there's a tree root ball in the line. The line is totally filled
You
with
can't
tree
get
root.
through.
So I try to poke a hole through it and get through it, and then if I break my own stuff, then it's because of my stupidity. I shouldn't try to get through it.
You don't have
But
to
a lot of
think-
times I can get through it, and then I can see the rest of the line, and then we can get a better feel of what's going on, you know, so I have to try. But when I break my own line, who pays for that, right? Nobody helps me. Sorry you broke a line, let me help you pay for that. This line, this section right here looks pretty clean,
Okay.
except for this tree root coming through again. Again, I don't see any cracks allowing that to come through. So what I'm going to suggest that you do, see all that tree root there? Look at that. Is clean the
Snake.
line out, snake it out with a 4-inch cutter. So the expandable cutter,
Okay.
which goes into the line like this, closed up, and it opens up to the walls of the pipe and cuts
When
at
you
the
start
wall.
spinning.
Yep. Because a lot of times somebody will come over here with a 2-inch cutter and put a 2-inch hole through your 3 or 4-inch tree root, and then 3 months later you got the problem again.
Expandable cutter. Do you know the company for that?
Any plumber.
Can you tell me?
Yeah,
I like the one in Bloomfield, something in Sons.
Nelson Brothers.
Are they
Right.
good?
Yeah, I would use them. Yeah, you got a lot of tree root coming through the side.
Oh, Thornton and Brewer, can you
Connections.
use them?
Yeah, I know. I run structural crews down at U.S. Steel, and I used to work with them very closely.
They're really good. They just cost a lot more.
Why is it not automatic? Oh, it can't be because you just fuck it up.
What's that?
Is it
Or
a what?
automatic.
Nelson Brothers. Oh, it's
The
in Roy
snake
Lowe.
is.
Yeah.
You know, you push the thing on the snake and it just goes, but now you can't do that here.
Right.
You don't want it just to go.
How's everything else with this one?
Right, the roof has some age to it, but it's not ready to replace.
Okay.
On a 20-year cycle, I said it's 15
Back
months.
into the cast iron.
There are some tears here and there, but nothing I go through make a repair on. Some moss growing, which I would treat. So, but nothing that requires replacement now.
Okay.
A 5-year plan, yeah, we're going to replace the roof. Chimneys, the one for the furnace and water heater, that looks good. Now the fireplace one, they hard coated it, so they took a brick chimney and they put a thin coat of plaster on it. Caps cockeyed,
I saw that. Why did they do that plaster?
well, because of the covering up.
Oh, because it looks
So it
like
was probably
shit.
all cracked and had issues. In fact, I'm seeing the liner pieces down in the firebox.
That means if you light a fire, it's all just gonna crack out there.
Yeah, that'll crack that coating, so I would definitely consider getting someone there to do, run a camera down it, but they're probably gonna have to do some new liners and take it apart or use it
Okay.
for a wood burning
So
fireplace.
you
Gas,
can't, you can't use it right now for wood burning.
I use it for, gas isn't so much of a concern as the wood
Okay.
burning.
Okay,
That's gotta be perfect.
okay.
Yeah.
But someone doesn't just spend all that time to flip a house and parch coat a chimney without a reason. The fact the cap's off, it means everything was,
Okay.
You just wanted, maybe you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right, it was just a visual to cover it up, a cheaper way of taking it apart.
How much does that usually cost if it's something like that?
It's open.
Garage, right? Yeah.
If you had to take the chimney all the way down, it could be, 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
It's a couple thousand of them, but they just relay the bricks But you want a perfect flow anyways, otherwise all the fucking shit comes back into the house.
Well, and also for fire, if there's gaps, although it can draw okay, it's the concern that the gaps going up onto the ladder and get it spread, and it's attached to the house. Bathroom exhaust fans are directed toward a soffit vent, but really not hard piped out, so that should be corrected, but that's easy. There is some staining here and there that could be some mold related,
When you flush your toilet, it goes down this.
but,
Everything in the whole house goes through here. This is your main sanitary cleanout.
Okay.
so.
So everything in the house, no matter where it's at, comes to this line and goes out.
There are some pictures in there. I think that's about it.
Not too bad. The basement's dry, at least. Not the home.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, which we didn't pick up anything, obviously the paint kind of covers up some
Yeah.
issues, but I don't know what Terry had to say. I don't know if it's a clean bill of health, sounds like you were talking about some breaks.
There's a crack. I found one crack.